Morning guys. So today we're after the perch in what is going to be cold conditions. On the way down I noticed there was a lot of the melted snow water coming down into the lake. When it gets cold or when it changes temperature for the cold, it seems to slow them down. So the jig head mightn't work today. We'd probably be moving to a drop shot, but we'll see how we get on. The only way you gather more information is by fishing more, and you'll start to see more of a consistent trend with certain stuff. But I think the cold water will have the perch nice and close to the bottom, and we'll just have to maybe figure out what they want, because it could be quite a picky day, but we'll see what happens. Oh, let's see what turns up. But the fish in this lake for a good consistent time. I haven't really found a pattern that matches what I'd be guessing. Depths wise, I've been fairly spot on with where I think they'd be, but in terms of actually the spots, they seem to move quite a bit around here. Now the smaller lakes seem to lose the pattern of what they do maybe in the bigger lakes. I'm going to head straight out deep and then follow maybe 14, 15, 16 foot of around the edge of the deeper hole, and we will see does that show anything along the lines of perch. Now I'm using quite a big jig, so it's not exactly fishing for small perch and numbers. If I move to the drop shot, it means that I'd be getting no bites, so that's kind of the way I'll be working that. So we're at 19 foot and no fish, which makes me think if I go over here or here, it might start showing a few more. But we just keep going out deeper. Let's see, does anything happen, and then we'll jump straight in along the edges. So what I'm looking for is little dots right on the bottom, not up from the bottom, not down deep. It's literally sitting on the bottom. Now I have the Lowrance, which shows you the density of the fish in colour, so it's a lot easier to find if something is there rather than the rock. The rock will stay the same colour as the ground, but the fish seems to turn yellow a little bit more, or blue. So we have found fish below us, and I'm not fully sure what they are, but we'll soon find out. I put on a smaller lure. I think it's a cannibal coral tail, and we'll just see if something actually takes the bait. Oh, there we go. There we go. What is it? What is it? What is it? Feels like it could be a pike. Yep, little pike. On, buddy. There we go. He's probably the same size as the perch I want out of here. But we'll get him. Beautifully clean little fella. But I'd imagine he'd be hanging around somewhere similar that the bigger perch are. So let him go back down. And we'll keep fishing. Oh, here, got one. This is definitely a pike. This is definitely a pike, and beautiful wee fella. So we'll get him back. Right. I'd say with that fella, he's moved the whole crowd. But no matter, it's not what we're looking for. This fish seems to be below me and what looked like perch, so I don't want to really waste an opportunity to catch what I'm looking for. Right guys, we might be back into it. There we go, there we go. This feels like it could be a perch. And it is a perch. We have our first species, or our first target species. Not a bad wee fella. When I caught that, the second pike, slightly bigger one, the fish just scattered. So I think it's time to pull up the anchor and find that shoal again. Oh, one on, and it's a, yeah, it's a pike. No head shakes, no nothing, just dead weight. It's gonna go buck mad the second I come up here, isn't it? Oh yeah. If I can get it off him. There we go. Another pest, but another fish. Seems to be around that the roach, when the shoal's underneath me, it's mostly pike that to be kind of hanging around in terms of the predator fish. I haven't seen they even got a nibble of a perch. Found them again. We'll probably find pike again. But the perch are certainly staying hidden. I have the cannibal craft tail on, so it'll just be interesting to see now if that changes anything. I think it has actually. That looks very like similar kind of size of shoal that was there before, and the perch just weren't having that curl tail for whatever reason. There's one there, and if this is a perch, it's not a bad one. Not a bad one. The only thing good about it is it's a perch. Just the way it caught it, see that? So just literally the second it obviously spotted out and I pulled it straight up. But the tail was in its mouth. Let's see if there's any more of the bigger friends around. There's one. Ah! Literally had it right to the top there. Had it right to the top. Tell you, these lads are frustrating. Go on, don't come off, don't come off, don't come off, don't come off. Hardest. That is the hardest perch. Well, that's the perch I've worked most for, I think, ever. Right. Oh, there we go. Here's a nice one. Here is not a nice one, it's just the way I caught it. Obviously sniffing around. This is funny, it felt heavy but I didn't feel a hit in all of it. Oh. This is a better one. That's a lot better one. First nice perch of the session. Cannibal shad producing the goods again. Actually, when you see him, see the way Pike must have been at him before. Must be feeding time at the zoo though, because they're really starting to take the baits, or the lure, should I say. Breed. Oh, fell off into the net. So I'm just going to keep that going. One more going good. Oh, this feels good enough. Ah! I want to say a word, and I'm keeping it PG. Ah! Stupid mistake. I didn't actually go for the net. I didn't think he was up as high as he was. Can't believe I missed the fish today. Can't believe it. It's so irritating. Right, one more cast with this, and then I'm gonna have to sort out what this problem is here, because I'm missing too many. I think my problem is that hook should be there. Now, I don't think I've one that's bigger, but I don't think I've the size in between that I ideally want. So my only option, what I can see, is to actually cut this fella's head. So some left it. So it just means that this bloody hook isn't too small anymore. That's the best I'm going to get. My hands, I have to go soon, because my hands are not taking kindly to being out this cold. But we can't leave until we see how this is going to work. It looks okay in the water, so in theory it should work just fine. And there's the first hit missed. So after the stride lure, it's time I bit the bullet and just moved the drop shot. So that's just what I'm going to do now. Now I'm been a bit lazy. I'm not going to cut and retie my fluorocarbon on. I'm just going to use this fluorocarbon for the drop shot. So I want it fairly close to the ground, because I think they're not moving terribly much. So I've just put my hook through the I've just put my line through the hook eye. I've made a loop. I'm just going to pass that through 6 times, if my hands will allow it. These cold hands are very hard tying stuff. And then, now, choice of drop shot will have to be the didnt minnow. It's funny the way you put this one on. You actually put it on sideways. Simple as that. Let's just go and see what we can find, because we do know where they are, and that's half the battle sometimes, especially with perch fishing. I think I found them, and it's getting late. That's been a slow, I think it's been 2 hours since I've had anything. It's been a slow time, but sure, we have fish, we haven't blanked. 9 times out of 10, the drop shot would be a good shout, but it doesn't seem to be today. Oh, just as I said that. So that's that. It's been quite frustrating today, but enjoyable all the same. Look, at in weather like that, you're not going to be exactly fished off your feet. But I'm fish after jumping there. I'm happy with the results. You know, a few nice fights in the pike, lost a half decent perch, so I've seen it at least. And so we'll keep moving on. And don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. We're nearly at 1,000. We're in the 900s. So I'd appreciate it a lot if you could like and subscribe, as it helps a lot. So just keep the journey going.